23, I guess you would call that, into the last pick Bloodseeker, kind of sets the tone for this game, because both teams have a lot of abilities to fight. Like, it's a very skirmish-heavy lineup from both sides. One side has Disruptor, who's like one of the skirmish kings on position 5. They have the Taiga, Earth Spirit, who is all this hero does is initiate and take fights. And on the flip side, EG's team is built around having a lot of random AoE damage, like Illuminate, Scream of Pain. Maybe she's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter, like we talked about on the Quap, Monkey King ult, Boundless Strike doing damage, random Arcane Curse damage, all of this. And I'm always looking for that when I see Bloodseeker. Is there ways to get multiple enemy heroes low at the same time so you can snowball? And with both teams looking eager to fight, I think that's definitely possible. MC,
yeah,
be forced to skill Firefly level 1 on his own
accord.
Blood Grenade
is there. Bloodright to follow. He's extremely low, trying to get cover of the tier 1 tower, but that's going to be first blood, the way of EG. It goes to Panda. Maybe not the exact person you wanted on, but
what was he trying to accomplish is the question. Is he trying to fish for info here about the lane setup? Or because he was completely alone over there and he skills Firefly level 1. And now as a result, he's going to show up to this top lane and Bloodseeker is going to have a field day until Bad's level 2. There's absolutely no pressure on him whatsoever. He has better last hit damage by 13 and Earth Spirit isn't going to deal with him very well. So this is a great start for EG already. Kind of confusing.
Yeah, already taking some chip damage to the Bloodright, and obviously Panda's going to be able to spam out that Arcane Curse ad nauseum. So yeah, I think EG, definite advantage in this top lane very early on. Mid lane, as we're looking at now, BZM versus C-Smile, Windrunner versus the Queen of Pain. Okay, that's a courier kill. It's quite a bit on there. Have to wait for a couple minutes now. But yeah, talk to me about the Wind Ranger versus Queen of Pain lane.
I mean, things have changed a little bit. I would say in the last patch, I would probably expect this lane to be maybe slightly Wind Ranger favored. Is a hero that can pretty reliably outrange Shadow Strike a lot of the time and can do exactly this, just Wind Run and keep trading hits. Nowadays, I don't know if it's any different, to be honest. I would imagine BZM is pretty happy with the matchup that he's been given here, and I'm curious to see how C-Smile skills. Are you going to take the approach of, okay, this lane is not going to go too great, I'm going to keep 1 in Shadow Strike, or are you going to double down on that approach? And he will. He's going to get 2 in it. Obviously increases the damage by a significant amount, and the healing. Let's not forget it heals now, since a year ago. Matthew is fine.
It's perfectly fine. A-okay. Glimpse was already used from Kit Rack, and yeah, I don't know if we're going to see the Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain. We saw it once earlier in the tournament. I didn't really get to see if it had any impact, but
it definitely did a lot of damage that game. And I think in this game it's even better, arguably, because he's with Bloodseeker. Because one thing this shard or this scepter does do is massive AoE damage.
Yeah, it was kind of weird before because it wouldn't damage the person that was applied on, which is very strange, which now it does.
It's a pretty big buff to it, for sure. So yeah, gonna take a level 2 Shadow Strike here, and Chris will be happy to trade whenever Windrun is off as long as he has the Shadow Strike running. The healing is meaningful. It's 20 per tick, so a full Shadow Strike should heal him about 100.
And how about the Phantom Lancer this game? Are you liking the PL pick into this EG lineup?
I think so. I think the matchups are good. They obviously felt confident that the Monkey King couldn't really be played as a core with confidence in this game because he's against Wind Ranger and Bat Rider, so they kind of pseudo-protected a PL pick in that way. And he's good against the other heroes. I would say PL is...
His 4-stack to Sticky Napalm actually uses the Blood Grenade to slow down MC. That might have been the difference, in fact. Now MC forced out by Panda. Another Bloodright coming. Taiga. This is a battle over the Lotus. And Taiga will not get the better of that.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
But yeah, Matthew resigned to be the support Monkey King. I mean, he's always support, but the Monkey King isn't always. But yeah, Bloodseeker seems pretty good this game. Obviously a Maelstrom carrier against the PL.
I'm very impressed with Mind Control's 15 CS, by the way. I think this is the best offlane Bat Rider start we've seen in this tournament in terms of CS.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that outcome, but has just been maneuvering the lane really well together with Taiga. Yeah, these first few waves are supposed to be the hardest ones for Bat in this lane, and he's managed to stay afloat, so good on him for that. We'll get him that early ring of health. It's going to help out a big deal up here. For multiple reasons. Obviously, you want to sustain yourself, but also you want to slow the Bloodseeker. And this item is constantly, if you think about it, slowing him. by regening yourself.
And Pakaz just trying to get some right clicks in, knowing that he can just heal up relatively easily.
He will trade with him all the time as much as he can. Take advantage of the trades happening in other lanes. The Queen of Pain against the Wind Ranger mid is a very aggressive lane by nature, so there will be damage dealt there. But
and
so
MC,
far, so good for OG in the lanes, you gotta say. The Bad Rider was the one I was most worried about for them, and it's been going well.
Yep, for sure. Eliminate's going to connect onto Kit Rack. Balance strike to follow. Matthew has his Jingu stacks up. The glimpse is there, though, but it won't save Kit Rack's life. That means Yuragi can be left alone for a little bit in this lane, as we have 2 members coming through the gate. they just went at the same time, and the kick away, that might be a dead Earth Spear, but Panda looks like he'll get the better of this as Taiga takes a tumble. Matthew still with those Jingu stacks, but the tower aggroing on top of him. He turns into a tree temporarily. Glimpse back from Kit Rack should lead to a kill onto Matthew. Boundless Strike's going to delay it just slightly. So 3-1 advantage for EG early on.
He's making sure with that Boundless to not die to the PL. I mean, you might throw it out as well anyway, but this way the gold gets split. I think is in their interest. Keep the PL as small as possible in this game because he is having, for the most part, pretty good matchups in the game.
Yeah, we have 2 bottle refreshes mid for each side, and the 6-minute rune's coming up. I have a feeling this one is going to be hotly contested as the supports are just sticking around.
Oh, BZM used Wind Run. If he goes for a CS now, he dies. So very important for him to weather the storm here. He might have an idea that Matthew's here because of the refilled bottle, obviously, if he was paying attention to that.
I am.
See Taiga here, but I don't really know if anything's going to come from this. Well, they're going to triple down on him.
Yep, Shadow Strike. They actually get rid of a ward in time for the time being. As the rune is top, it's invis, so Taiga and Matthew just in a 1v1 battle here. Taiga will retreat into Kit Rack's arms.
BZM is struggling here now. He keeps getting level 3 Shadow struck by the Queen, and now that he's low, the Thirst is starting to activate, so Bloodseeker in turn is having a better time as well. And if you are low enough, you're opening yourself up to getting jumped by Monkey King because of Thirst. Like, you can't hide in trees as that Wind Ranger, so he will go back to base regen up fully and TP back to mid. A little bit of an advantage gained here for C-Smile with the double support rotation. And they can afford to do that because their side lanes are good enough.
Yeah.
Caudle can float a 1v2 for a bit, no problem, and the Bloodseeker into Bat is very easy until Bat gets higher levels.
Yeah, and both the Bat and Bloodseeker very close on levels. We'll see who hits level 6 first because that could lead to a very quick kill. Looks like Pakaz might just get it on this wave. And we'll see where that first rupture will come. Taiga trying to take away the Wisdom Rune. He does so successfully.
That's big for Taiga.
Will he get away? Earn charge applied to Whisper, maybe just trying to deny to the Ancients potentially. Does have the roll in a couple seconds, but he's going to get bursted down by Whisper. So punished to some degree, but
that's well worth dying.
Wisdom Rune is very valuable.
Yeah. It's if you think about it, let's say the kill was
the
worth
horses, Cinder, and horses need to be held because C-Smile has that Invis rune, and he will use it to walk in fire. Go ahead.
Oh.
That's something very important to say.
He's scared of jumping in for fear of being traded away by BZM.
Just barely spotted there by that sentry.
So, first of all, like this whole Wisdom Rune trade-off, even if the kill is worth the same as the rune, the fact that 2 enemy heroes are spending so much time.
First rupture of the game. Flies to Kit Rack.
Okay.
The Shackle connects with the focus fire from BZM. Pakaz will just TP out very casually.
So, if you're trading on the Wisdom Rune for a kill, but the enemy team is using 2 heroes there for quite an extended period of time, that's a win for you, because there's just an empty lane. I want to mention too, Pakaz, okay.
MC going very deep, and keep in mind, he's literally one creep away from 6. The Roland's going to connect on Pakaz. BZM is here as well with some right clicks, but not enough to find themselves a kill. In fact, EG have come in huge numbers, and BZM's going to take a Sonic Wave, which connects on both him and MC. BZM ends up dropping. MC, Bloodright does connect, and Pakaz with a double kill.
That one
great turnaround from EG.
Is important. Otherwise, I think MC actually gets out of that situation.
I am shocked they didn't wait for 1 creep to get lasso. He was literally 1 creep away.
Yeah, that seems like just a blunder. There's not enough value, and now he doesn't even. He didn't.
Yeah, he actually did not level it.
Yeah, he skilled Napalm now.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So. Yeah, I wanted to mention as well, Pakaz had both Healing Lotuses top. He has now expended both of them, but obviously makes for these skirmishing fights. It's a very big advantage to have, and he's paying attention to it. Straight up going for the next one here. Going to lose a CS or 2 on that, but knows that it's so important. This item is amazing against Batrider. Batrider is always walking a thin line between overdiving or finding the kill. You have this little extra burst heal of 125. It can make a huge difference. Matthew's going to get eyes on Uragi. Not going to go for it.
They know he's here. Scream of Pain to start.
They can't really do this.
Strike.
Can they?
Matthew can continue to pursue, but Kitrak is here.
No way.
With the glimpse still available to use, won't bother.
They're pulling him out.
Is under attack.
Shield Rune activated on Chris will expire somewhat soon.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on how Shield Rune has been this past?
I think it's been really strong. I think it may be the barrier's a bit too high HP.
Too high. Is Matthew inside the kinetic field?
Nice pick for OG
Gonna get
here.
the Jingu stacks, and teammates are coming, but beautiful boundless strike will heal him up a good degree as Whisper in the area to assist.
Oh, I had him dead for sure.
EZM, he might still be dead. Looking for the shackle opening. It's going to connect. No, actually does not latch onto Whisper, but the focus fire is more than enough. So instead of losing the position 4, they lose their 3. As Kitrak's going to take some damage from C-Smile. It'll be a trade of sorts. Big blood right coming from Pakaz. Panda's Dunzo. Double kill for BZM. As eventually they do take him out. And it looks like EG are just cleaning up after the fact. So both C-Smile and Pakaz getting valuable XP and gold. And Uragi obviously cannot fight until this Diffusal's online.
BZM's getting involved with his Wind Ranger, but as soon as Wind Run is down, this hero is extremely vulnerable to the Dire lineup. Can't really get out of there. The Queen of Pain connects immediately with a double damage rune, and that's been a pretty big story of this game so far, right? C-Smile's really just getting runes. He got the Invis, he got the Shield Rune, now he got the DD. So every power rune
trouble gets off the Doppelganger. Bloodright is not going to hit. BZM made his way over here as well. Shackle does latch for the time being. That's Pakaz. He has to be careful. He does not have Rupture right now. Uragi trying to dodge in the meantime. Power shot is there. Pakaz dies first. Uragi's going to live for the time being as Matthew did have Jingu stack, so will find this trade.
He's actually going to
It's off the Wukong's command. Of course, this is a support Monkey King, so inevitably he will die in the end. So 2 for 1. And good news for OG, the PL at least got the XP as Whisper getting gone on now by MC. Gonna get burned to a crisp, but C-Smile's there. That Scream of Pain. Yeah, he does have Sonic. Might be trying to save it. Might have to use it though. Like nice juke from MC. Ring around the rosy he goes. Gonna be spotted though. There's the blink in Scream again. Yeah, doesn't have to use the Sonic Wave after all.
Very tanky with that Vanguard. How times have changed. Batrider, Vanguard, Arcane Boots.
I do wonder if they're going to change that, being able to disassemble that.
It feels like that would just be the obvious and good nerf to the item. I think many people are agreeing with that as the best solution to how Vanguard's being used right now. Because as fun as it is to see all these heroes start with Vanguard and being able to disassemble it, the overall value of it just seems way too good. Like there's too many builds that use the components, and Vanguard just has such an incredible The fairness in this item is that it's amazing for the time you buy it, and then it falls off. But now there's no drawback. You just buy it for the strength early, and then you disassemble it and get it for the value later. So it's just like an incredible item, right? It's similar to the conversation that was had about, like, say, braces and wraith bands, where it's like these items are extremely value effective, but then they fall off and you run into inventory issues. But even that you don't with this item, because you just create something else out of it, so the slots aren't even a problem.
Now Matthew pursuing Kitrak. Doesn't have mana. Obviously, no glimpse for 4 seconds, but Matthew's not going to go any deeper. In fact, the kinetic field's going to hold him in place. I feel to get these Jingu stacks up, but no, the rest of OG are on the way. This will lead to an easy kill onto the Monkey King.
Interesting net worth distribution among the cores here. Pakaz, the big winner, currently 1,000 ahead, but the next 3 cores are sitting on OG, so they have a more balanced net worth distribution, which I would say most of the time is I would prefer to be in that position. I mean, the numbers are still so close that it doesn't matter, but let's say this starts scaling up. Just having one big core a lot of the time can be an issue in the, I would say, in the patches we've had in the last 2 years, because itemizing against a single hero has become, I would argue, easier than it used to be. There's just more options, there's more solutions you can have if you're like, okay, this guy is big, but the other cores we don't have to worry about too much. So We'll see if this trajectory keeps going, but again, we're within a few hundred, so not the biggest of deals, but the big story here is Pakaz will probably be getting a very early BKB, and that item owns the Radiant lineup. They just have Lasso, and that's it. And Focus Fire is probably not going to kill him during the Lasso. BZM is going for what looks to be the Gleipnir build that we've also seen from Sumail on the mid-wind ranger. Obviously, a huge amount of that damage just doesn't go through. So
Tier 1 tower for OG. They're going to run right into EG, though. The quick roll away from Taiga. Is it going to be enough for him to get away? Boundless Strike canceling the TP. Gets Kitrak as well. Taiga will fall inside that Wukong's command. Kitrak going to be blinding lit, but no actual cancellation for the TP. And in terms of, I mean, No-Tail was talking about how Roche is so important, which it always is, of course, and the day and night cycle, how that's going to evolve over time with teams prioritizing when they maybe take the first Roche, which is really interesting. Do you have a favorite for each side in terms of who can take Roche faster or maybe has a better fighting capability in that Roche area?
I mean, the only true strong Roche taking ability here is probably Focus Fire, right? And you also have the luxury as OG with all the peel illusions, if you do get to go there, that you can take it with way less damage taken on actual heroes, just have illusions tank a lot of it. So I guess them, but neither team is particularly great at it. I guess it is an interesting way of thinking about the pit though, right? Like, the average respawn time of Roche is 9.5 minutes. So if you kill him early on in the cycle, there's a very high chance that things are going to overlap, right?
Oh, they spot him, the roll in. They kick him out of the static storm, but they still have the damage. Almost an oopsie there from OG, but they get the kill they want to. BZM
ruptured, though.
He is ruptured. Yep. He might be in some trouble. Boundless Strike connects on a couple. There's the first lasso of the game, it feels like. See Smile, he will drop. So 2 cores dead for EG as Taiga's ult continuing to proc. BZM still alive. The roll in again. Taiga trying to control Whisper. Illuminate's coming, doing a decent amount of damage. Kitrak will live through the day, though. Power shot just misses. Very low are all of EG's members. Is MC getting pursued now in that Firefly. Taiga wants to finish the job, and he does. So 3 kills in favor of OG. Another big Illuminate. And Whisper staying alive throughout all of this. Pakaz is now alive. You have to be careful. With all these buffs that you get, the Roland will connect, but Panda will fall. So 2 for 1. Too many kills to count. Pakaz, double kill. He's starting to clean up. Of course, no rupture for another 20 seconds.
Wonder which one's the right one, Shannon. Which pick do you think it is?
Yeah, he's faking it the whole time. It was the illusion, surely. So in the end, just too many kills to count. I mean, the fact that the respawn timers are so low, these heroes can definitely reconnect, especially a Bloodseeker that could take advantage of low HP heroes.
Yeah, there were 3 heroes on like 20% health when he respawns, so he just TPs in and has, I want to say 700 move speed there. And we'll clean up some kills, but still overall, I think, pretty good for OG.
Oh, blinding light from Whisper. Nicely done. MC was looking for the opening.
Worth noting.
Does not have lasso yet, though.
Worth noting about the previous fight, there was no Sonic Wave. So obviously part of the play call from OG is knowing that the Queen of Pain ult was not available. It is now.
Yep.
And Global Silence will be coming off cooldown again in 20 as well. So could be a pretty strong timing for EG to look for some action here. They're going to get the BKB now completed on Bloodseeker 17 minutes in. Global Silence is up in 10. Seems like the perfect time for a smoke move if you can push out the waves first and make something happen on the map. OG still needs some time. PL is progressing nicely, though. Uragi's having a pretty damn good game at this point. He's 2-1-1, which isn't too much, but his CS is nice. He's caught up with the Bloodseeker more or less at this point. The gap between them was bigger earlier, relatively speaking, anyway. And the Manta will be completed.
What do you think of the matchup of PL versus Bloodseeker? Because obviously Bloodseeker, we talked about a Maelstrom purchaser.
Yeah, he wants
Rupture will
sure.
persist through Doppelganger.
Yeah.
You'll know who the real one is. Like, is that a real issue?
I would say on a 1-to-1 level, Dota doesn't really work like that. But I think Bloodseeker is one of the best melee carries against PL for the reasons you mentioned, and because he loves buying Mjolnir. There's a lot of other carries that don't want to buy that item, but Bloodseeker doesn't mind too much. And I guess a little bit of a wild card in that as well. The new Ags could be a thing in this matchup.
Yeah, could
for the
be.
Bloodseeker.
Glimpse back, so C-Smile's going to have to go back.
That was didn't get anything out of it.
Was that the Orchid reveal?
It was.
You had that earlier, but yeah, obviously doesn't cancel the Rolling Boulder, so not able to get a pick.
Now I actually really want to see the Bloodseeker eggs. If the game goes long enough, he's definitely going to get it.
I'd love to see that. The jump in, see Smile's going to get set up by the Boundless Strike. The jump in as well from Matthew to finish the job, but the Shackle Shot connects onto 2. They take out the support to start things out. Taiga gets his ult off. The Magnetize doing a decent amount of damage, but falls shortly after. But this would be the big kill. The PL is what you want. He's currently silenced, ruptured, dead. Panda, of all heroes, gets the double kill.
And MC might not be safe either.
MC is spotted. Shackle Shot will not latch.
Okay.
And BZM able to snag the rune.
It's looking potentially scary with this.
They have double Orchid.
Double Orchid indeed. They can, these heroes on OG's side that don't have BKBs or any dispels yet can be chain silenced.
Yeah.
And you're going to see it right here.
Right here. Pakaz coming from the other side as well. Blood right. They're going to block him nicely. It does hit. Also with the blinding light. Atos is used. BZM is done. MC coming in for the counter initiation. This is on the support Monkey King. Looks like they'll find that, but that is not the trade you're looking for if you're OG.
Lasso and Storm to kill the MK, and you're going to lose the tower. You lost your Wind Ranger. It's a big win for EG here. They don't have to fear anything with these spells on cooldown and with BKB in hand for Pakaz, and they might even find MC here with the Solar Bind.
Yep, another Orchid. Glimpse back though, see Smile again. Taking the brunt of that, but the Illuminate just rips through him.
Yeah.
And Pakaz finishes the job, so 2K lead for EG. As they're starting to gain a little bit of momentum now that that Maelstrom's online and the double Orchid as well. And obviously BKB from Pakaz.
The challenge for OG is to play around these silences. I think that's the biggest issue that they have is their dispels are quite far away. Looks like MC is going to go for a Yule's to be some sort of a pseudo solution to it. Wind Ranger needs to get a full BKB, so that's a long way away. About 3,000 gold to go for that. PL has the Manta, so he has the only dispel on their team. The supports especially are going to be exceptionally vulnerable. It's very hard to play Earth Spirit this game now, because like if you ever roll in, you're not going to get a spell combo off. There's Global and 2 Orchids. Taiga will have to itemize around this, and he's working on it. Oh look, EG discovered that Tormentors exist.
Maybe it's the dire side advantage that you get the Tormentor.
Could be.
Monkey King Shard, okay.
Allows him to connect on his stun.
We'll see if...
Not particularly useful on support, I would say.
Yeah.
More of a core shard.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I've actually never even seen this before. Like what the animation looks like. And
kind
also
of like
adds 1400
stuns
network.
and then he kind of like slides down. Basically.
Like how fast is it? Like super fast?
It's pretty fast. I want to say it's like half a second.
Oh, he gets Orchided on the cliff, attempting to TP out, but will be stopped in his tracks. So EG finding another pickoff. 4K lead now. See how long it takes OG to itemize against this double Orchid. As Pakaz might have to burn his BKB, and he does.
Nice buttons.
That was the first usage, so pretty big deal.
Definitely want to burn this one down. Obviously, Bloodseeker in this game is particularly susceptible to, I want to say, the Wind Ranger, and once the BKB ends, she can definitely kill him. So the shorter duration gives you less window of opportunity for EG to just snowball the fights.
And they're going to fight despite the BKB being on cooldown for Pakaz. He does have the full Mjolnir now. See Smiley's going to be leading the charge. He's just a recipe away from the BKB, but again, Rolling Thunder, Rolling Boulder, Jesus, Rolling something. You know, they probably called it Rolling Thunder because, or, you know what, never mind.
Okay.
We have a fight coming. BZM, he's stopping his tracks. Smile gets glimpsed back. He's already at half HP. We'll see if they want to continue to fight. Despite that, the Monkey King gets chopped down the tree.
Such a nice chakra target Queen of Pain is, actually. I'll get to that in a sec if we get out of this, but... we do.
Pretty sure we'll get out of this at some point.
So, Queen of Pain usually has this issue as a hero where you blink in and cast your spells, but if the enemy team has turnaround potential, you're kind of fragile, right? It's always been the hero's Achilles heel is using blink offensively is hard. But you're playing with Caudle, so he can blink in, get chakra, and blink out. It's a 6-second cooldown on the blink, and the chakra cooldown reduction is 6. So, as you saw right there, he blinked, took the Arcane Rune, got chakra, and blinked out. It makes for some interesting options of how he can itemize as well. It looks like he's still going to go for the BKB, but I think it's kind of a cool pairing. Would love to see him either buy or obtain a shard on the Queen as well with that reason.
Yeah.
having the lower blink cooldown is super useful for additional. I mean, I guess they don't need silences at this point, but
yeah, how many silences do you really need? I mean,
yeah.
You could bait something to be used like the Manta, and then you orc it after, but then you have to guess right on the Manta.
It still gives you more damage.
It does. Panda is going to be found out. TP.
Sentry. Oh, the dust.
Dead. Roche is waiting in his pit at the bottom right of the map. Still the first Roche.
Uragi's closing in on Heart. That's going to be a really big item for OG.
OG.
Trying to get him tanky enough that he can withstand all this random damage.
MC is going to make sure that Roche is in fact there. He pings it out. Yes, that first Roche is still in the location that he's been.
And he changed his mind as well on the Yules. He went for the dagger, and he's not put anything in his quick buy yet on the bat. So they have that initiation possibility. But keep in mind, obviously there's global silence. So whenever you blink lasso a core, Panda will try to protect them and cover them. And it's a matter of, do your other heroes have dispels? And so far, it's still only the PL. So there's no guarantee that lassoing Bloodseeker is actually going to lead to a kill. And I'm assuming you want to find either him or the Queen of Pain, or I suppose Caudle is actually a good find too. Whisper's doing a lot in these fights, and relative to how much damage he's doing, he's very easy to kill once connected on.
Yeah, smoke up, and this is going to be the blink reveal for Pakaz, so even more potential catch for the side of EG. The Lotus as well finished on Whisper.
I love this build on this hero. I feel like too few carry players buy Dagger on Bloodseeker as part of this build. I think this is perfect. And then you go Basher next, and that's exactly what he's eyeing up. He changed it to Nullifier. Thank you, Pakaz. Also good.
Nullifier is very good.
One or the other. They're both good.
Doesn't look like they're going to find anything on this smoke. Maybe they'll get some wards up in the time. But this time is OG still hanging around their Tormentor.
It hurts.
Like they'll get it.
Yo,
yeah.
BZM is actually...
BZM.
Oh, okay. He had a wand. Yeah, they're going to see them now with Thirst.
Okay, now comparing shards that were given for free via the Tormentor, whatever the hell it's called. Earth Spirits is S tier. Has to be. Whisper. Gonna find MC. And they get the 8th. They get it off in time.
That was a sexy play. That's the shard. Right there. He connected on his staff so he could reach the Atos. That was actually only because of the shard they got that kill. Well, what do you know?
Okay.
Looks like that shard's better than the Earth Spirit one, huh? Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Geomagnetic Grip can grab allies is pretty freaking good.
Oh, you love grab ally, don't you?
Oh, that's true. If only we had an Undying in the game right now, we could double grab allies. And he's going to get spotted. Have to TP out. Dust on time. A couple times now he's been able to get away. EG only with a 2K lead, so very, very even game. No Roche attempts yet, which we talked about. Neither lineup can really take it super fast. So not a huge surprise, but Uragi's at a point with that heart now that you can definitely do it, but it'll take some time. Global silence. They want to get this kill on Pakaz. He pops his BKB. Already at half health. He gets off the rupture, and Taiga, he's going to almost kill himself. Will attempt to TP out, but will go down to the Blood Right instead. Static Storm already used as BKBs have been popped galore. BZM taking the Sonic Wave, but C-Smile dies shortly after. Matthew's still inside Wukong's command, but he's brought down to his knees. 2-for-1 advantage for OG. Nice flame break, bringing Panda back. That's going to be another pick-off for OG, which should lead to a Roche.
Yeah, this PL's big. And the jump on Pakaz, it might not have looked that good, but at the very least, they forced out his BKB and the Global Silence. And yeah, he kills the Earth Spirit, but can't really reinitiate after it. Chris is trying to set him up on the Queen of Pain, blinking in offensively, but just gets turned on. That time, he couldn't get the Chakra. Keeper wasn't in range. So no way to reset out after he used the Sonic Wave and dropped absolutely everything. And probably just the wrong read on the situation. He didn't have as much damage as he expected, and Pakaz couldn't connect on it. He was already half HP without BKB. He's not interested in running into that PL at that point. So nice win for OG there. The Roche will not be claimed, though.
Yeah, maybe just too
slow. As ever in his pit.
Sounds like we have OG fans here. Who would have thought? Any EG fans in the house? Oh, Okay. All right, cool. Very nice.
Maybe they misheard it and thought you said OG.
They do sound similar. Shield Rune is there, will be denied by Kitrak. I mean, Whisper's so farmed right now. We'll be going for the BKB next. And very utility build. Not sure if the double Orchid has necessarily paid off.
No, this was actually a problem that EG ran into.
They cut down the tree. Okay. Nice roll in from Taiga. Matthew's going to be spotted thanks to the dust. Gets up. Okay, I saw the shard again. Yeah. That is pretty good, actually. He's going to die on the cliff, though, Arteezy style. And they're going to get the focus fire on the Panda. He will drop to the deck. The 2 supports dead. OG gaining momentum now.
But there's definitely been a game like this for EG in the, I want to say it was during the group stage, where they also ran this offlane Coddle going Orchid, and I think their mid hero also went Orchid. And they ran into a situation where these items just fell off when the enemy team started getting enough dispels, and then you didn't have any auras because you're playing Coddle off. So we'll see if this ends up being a mistake. And you can theory craft all you want afterwards about what they should have bought. Obviously, Coddle can, in theory, buy almost anything, right? He's just a backliner with insane range on all of his spells, so he can buy auras. He doesn't need to buy a positioning item, even though he has this game. Bought a Blink Dagger to try to find angles to get a good line.
Boy, this is slow. This is really slow.
But it's the focus fire carrying it.
Goodness.
And they will take it out. PL tanking, Wind Ranger dealing the damage, and Aegis #1 will go to Uragi.
Rupture on Taiga. He is dead. The smile will blink away.
Okay.
Pursued by MC. There's the lasso. They're coming through the gates with that Aegis intact. And they're going to be able to take out C-Smile as BZM, showing off that newly picked up Gleipnir. The rest of EG now on the run. Although BZM, he's going to get pursued. Whisper, it's off the Orchid. They don't have the cancellation, though the Boundless Strike just a little bit too slow. Very close call. And what's the goal for OG with this Aegis? What do you think is within their grasp? Because it's been an extremely close game. Just need to take out all these outer towers.
Yeah, I think probably you try to get a 1-2 punch bottom and then maybe get the enemy Tormentor. Would be really good value for them. Finding Panda here, MC with a nice flame break. He has Gem as well. Panda will TP.
Lasso
he will get out.
2 seconds. Oh my goodness. That's cutting it close. Yeah, enemy Tormentor. We'll see how much they prioritize that again as the Butterfly now up for Uragi. He is huge. And the question is, will Pakaz have to go MKB? Yes, he will be queuing that up next.
Glimpse.
Yeah, Glimpse back. Whisper, he's controlled. He is dead. Very, very easy kill as the Rupture on the MC, but T-Smile doesn't want to go any further because they're already losing their Keeper of the Light. T-Smile, silence for a bit, will have to back away. There's the Gleipnir onto Pakaz. He gets shackled after the fact. Focus fire is there as well. We'll pop the BKB, but he's just going to die within it. Huge kill for OG. Here comes Wukong's command to attempt to defend, but everyone from EG is dying. 4 dead, nothing lost for OG.
This got out of hand for EG real fast. This is probably at least a lane of barracks. Like, you cannot possibly fight this PL without your Bloodseeker. He has 2 lives and the Butterfly. OG might just almost end the game here. Like, this lane is absolutely dead. They could look for a secondary one as well. This Glyph will delay things for a bit, but PL doesn't give a crap about this. He's just going to keep banging away at the tower, feeling as safe as ever, and his teammates, all they need to do is just watch him win the game right now. Or
to go for Whisper. The Lotus actually reflects, but it doesn't matter. Whisper will fall. 50 seconds of no Keeper, and he's a very big part of this high ground defense.
Yeah, no buyback on him.
2 towers for now. No barracks technically have been taken, but this frees up 2 lanes potentially for OG. Focus fire for the top melee racks, and we'll see if they go back mid to finish the job. And in fact, they will. So looks like 2 full sets of racks for OG, basically out of nowhere on top of the Roche kill. They find a couple pickoffs and just snowball this lead.
I don't know if they even need to leave the base. I feel like Uragi can just... I mean, okay, they have to take the bot tier 2. So they have to leave the base for that reason. But if they had taken bot tier 2, I think he could have just stayed and pushed the tier 3 as well.
MC, another tree broken. That is a long-ass stun. into a lasso. Matthew, I'm sure just trying to... Okay, that's pretty... I can't get used to that. That's actually really good. Trying to jump away, pouncing left, right, and center. On the tree will TP out.
Space.
Get away, yes. Of course, he wanted to kill the wave to delay this, but he delays it in a different way.
MC was like 30 mana short there from a kill, probably. Couldn't get it done. Gets the tip from Kitrek, though. Good try. Still a minute left on the Aegis here for Yuragi,
Yeah,
and he has now
time.
picked up a full Ag, so now has the Bouncing Spirit Lance. Bounces twice and it prioritizes heroes, so a lot of extra random team fight damage.
Yeah.
Diffusal in the backpack currently, will swap that in immediately when the Aegis expires, of course.
Is under attack.
I'm curious if OG just push for the win here. Like 45 seconds with this Aegis. Would love to see them go for some damage, at least on the tier 3. I feel like Yuragi's more or less invincible with this item. And he will start waving at them and go for it.
Yep, 30 seconds with the Aegis. MC finding an opening onto the silencer. Lotus Orb applied, but well, the Ghost Scepter's going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Still has the Global Silence, but will not be able to use it. No buyback, so no Global Silence for quite a while. Backdoor protection kicks in, though.
Wave's coming mid.
Is tanky. Doesn't have that much now. Okay, Matthew gets off the Wukong's command. Lotus Orb applied to the Earth Spirit right now, but looks like he's going to be the one to fall. So Taiga takes the Tumble Whisper. He's going to be next, though, and OG get the better of that trade. Leipnir. Okay, focus fire into Pakaz. He has to pop his BKB and not able to get full value out of that. And yeah, this Aghanim Scepter for Yuragi is very annoying. The old shard, like you talked about, but basically upgraded now. Matthew going to attempt to take out the wave. Does not have Wukong's command as the barracks are now getting pounded on. And this is likely to be Mega Crease for OG. Finally, the fortification comes in. They're just trying to buy some time for this Keeper of the Light. Another 20 seconds to go on his timer. But they're going to find the Bloodseeker instead. Lasso up. And they might be able to find the Queen of Pain as well as a Shackle Shot connects. Beautifully done from BZM. Bloodseeker's dead, no buyback. GGs are called. This is going to game number 3.